All right. Good afternoon. It is April 28th, 2022, and today we had a violent uptrend day. It looked like in the overnight night it was like a violent downtrend. Let's see. First in the overnight, probably like yesterday, you have this 56-point move. Oh my God. So you get this 56-point move and it sells off 56 points, probably more. 57. Wow. So probably 77-point sell-off, and then we get a leg up, some congestion, fail break lower, and boom, it just rockets on up. This leg alone was 56 points. So that's the measured leg of that. Let's check that out. That is a measured move right there. So very, very interesting. Market geometry always amazes me. Yeah, so let's just take a look at these trades. I could blabber all day, but I do see something here. In my opinion, this definitely looks like a trend channel. Let me color these lines so they stick out some more. So you can see, I mean, I didn't start from the highs. That's the problem. But these, maybe it's a spike and channel down off these pink lines. So that definitely looks like there's something there. I don't think you could have caught this blue channel until later. That being the case, if you're feeling aggressive, I mean, we did make this strong leg up in the overnight. So, and we've been flip-flopping on these both sides of the EMA. If you're feeling aggressive, even though prices are trending down, you might take this failure. Technically, it's a failure. First entry failed, second entry, but first of all, that bar looks huge, and second of all, this only takes one tick lower, so it kind of looks like a first entry. But this looks like a second entry off the key entry point. First entry, second entry, technically it's a third entry, but it looks like a second entry off the key entry point, so you very well might have taken that. But you got a doji right here. All right, I just had a brief interruption. So we come back here and we bounce. So at this point, you have a potential downward trend line. And this pink channel is now broken. This rock gets down. I don't see anything you could enter here. Unfortunately, the second entry is not a new swing high, so you can't take that. You got a first entry, failed second entry here. You might take that. That's very congestive, but it's also clearly a failure. And it's also a second entry short. So, yeah, I'm going to keep that aggressive because it's clearly congested, though. So anyway, we come down here, make this double bottom. Actually, this is a new low, so it's not a double bottom. But then we get a first entry, second entry, right off that key entry point. Probably would have stopped out your runner, 1125. Yeah, so I don't think you would have gotten a runner here, unfortunately, because then it comes down here. And then I guess the midline holds. You can see we didn't get to the bottom of this channel anyway. For a couple swings. So hits the midline, bounces out. Bunch of people probably went short right here, and then they just trapped those people out. So when you get this, this is actually like a second entry long. You might consider that, but that looks like it's gonna cost you 95. That's a 9-point bar. So here we this fails and we come down and make a new low, and you get like a double test right here. I don't see anything in here. This is all too far from the EMA. This is very congestive. You don't get a lower high after this. This is just I don't see how you could enter this. Looks like a breakout pullback, but we don't know yet. That fails. So actually, I would probably be playing, now that I'm looking at it, I probably would have had it originally drawn like this. And so this is a second entry. I'm going to still mark this as a aggressive. It's above the EMA. And this looks like one leg up, and it looks like we haven't had a break and a new high. So that's aggressive. That failed on me, something like that, like last week, I think. So I like to be careful in those situations. And then we bounce, and looks like you get a failure right here. But that's too far from the EMA. Some good bounces off the trend channel here, but nothing here. We form this range. That's how I would have had it drawn. Probably, maybe I would have it drawn like this. Yeah, probably. We come to the highs. First entry, second entry. I don't know. This looks very congestive. After that leg up, it's pretty tempting though. First entry, second entry, but I don't know. Maybe after it bounces off the EMA right there, you might take that second entry long with room to these highs. And you can see that's where it bounced, those highs. So, but then after that, this is just congestion. So you don't want to be risking anything. We break out to the low side, bounce off the measured move. Unfortunately, you don't get a higher low here. Comes back, tests the midline, bounces, comes back again, tests the midline, bounces. And this is a second entry. Technically, this is a second entry, and it kind of looks like a double test. So you might take that. I marked it as blue because, I mean, in theory, you can take that. It's a double test, second entry long. I would be a little nervous because we didn't make it to these highs again, but there's definitely reasons to be taking that, and that would have obviously gotten you the best move of the day. Hopefully you could hold on for all like 57 points or whatever. That would be pretty remarkable on one contract making like 28.50. That would be pretty amazing. So anyway, first entry, second entry. Oh, that's actually the second entry. Doesn't set up well. But then we form this channel, and you get a first entry, failed second entry. Room to these highs to scalp out. So you can take that. If you're feeling aggressive after this crazy move up, you might take this higher low, these higher lows. But then we're just too far from the EMA. And it doesn't really feel like we're clearly in a trend up. Even that does look like something. First entry, second entry, but it's not a good signal bar. And this is a new low. So you get a first entry, failed second entry. You might consider this, but I think you'd have to go above this. Yeah, so I think you could probably go long above that one. But you can see, you'd probably get a scalper's profit, and that's it before it just starts going sideways. And we form this, it's a spike in channel, and you get a really good second entry. That doesn't set up, so when we have this set up, it makes a new low, which is a little tough. Well, this really looks like a double top. First entry, second entry. So that is a second entry long. And first entry, failed second entry short. You have to put your stop below this bar. I like that good enough for a scalp. You can see we get a break. First entry, failed second entry. I'm going to take that. gets you a scalp, then that's it. And then when you make this leg up, you get a higher low. I think on a day like today, you might consider that. But you're going into the highs, so that's very risky. First entry, second entry long, higher low right here. Still room to these highs. First entry, the second entry triggers right here. But this looks like a second entry. On a day like today, I think you can take that. So that's what I saw today. Hope everyone had a great day. I'm trying to think if there's anything else to say. Yeah, I hope a lot of people got in on this move up. That would have been fantastic. And even if you just wait until, you might not have had the trend line drawn just like that, but even if you wait till it's like remotely close to that, you could wait until it comes back to the EMA and get 44 points. What is that, 2,200 per contract? So hope some of you got into that move, and God bless you. I'll be back tomorrow.